Welcome to the Riggin Farm YouTube channel. In this video, we'll show you the epic transformation of our back deck. We moved into our new home on the farm in October of 2021, and the original back deck was 4 by 6 feet and nothing special at all. We needed something larger, so we hired a local business to build our ideal deck. This was the first shipment of lumber for them to get started on the supports and framing of the floor. There's also concrete for the footers where the 6x6 posts will be set. They kept the framing of the old deck, but had to remove the stairs and floorboards. They made sure that all the concrete footers were perfectly level for each of the posts. The first day of work was done, and they took a day off to allow the concrete to set and cure. After the next workday, they had some of the posts in place and got started on the framing of the floor. You can see the dent they've made in the lumber so far. The following week, they had the 12 by 20 area set with permanent posts, and most of the decking boards were installed. The 10 by 12 area was getting flooring, but temporary 4 by 4 posts were holding it up for the time being. A week later and all the posts were set, all of the deck boards were in place, some of the rails had been installed, and the stairs were built and attached. The final shipment of supplies came a few days later. These pieces will be used for our covered and screened-in portion of the deck. They came back the next week to get started with the framing necessary for the screen and roof. It is really starting to take shape now. We can finally walk up the stairs to get an idea of what the finished product will look like. It's covered in sawdust right now, but we can see past that to envision an outdoor cooking area and a screened-in area for outdoor dining and relaxing. The last week of construction had begun, and we were getting excited. The rails were installed, and they got started adding the roofing material to keep us dry while hanging out on the deck when it's raining. The roof got finished, and the top portion of the screen as well as part of the bottom were stapled along the frame. Lots of tiny staples were used to secure the screen. It was a little unsightly at this point, but they were able to take care of that problem the following day. The hinges for the door were installed, and the final post and railing were perfectly cut and ready for installation in the morning. The new deck is finished! We have a 12 by 20 covered and screened in portion that comes off of our sliding glass back door, and that leads out to an uncovered 10 by 12 section with stairs leading down to the ground. We're debating whether to leave the natural color of the lumber or stain it. Let us know what you think. Trim was added to cover all of the staples holding the screen in place. The screen door and last of the railing were installed. They put in a small corner shelf, and the rest of the railing is made of 2x6s that gives us plenty of surface area for potted herbs and a place to set down a small plate of food or a tasty beverage while entertaining outside. It looks pretty good in here too. The next day we set up our outdoor dining table and chairs. There's plenty of space for the furniture with room to spare. We also set up our new pellet grill. We found a great deal on it at the end of the summer and kept it boxed up in our shipping container until this afternoon. It was easy to assemble once you got past how difficult it was to carry it up the stairs. It has over 800 square inches of cooking area, so there's plenty of room to fit all sorts of delicious food. It rained a few days later, and it was time to see if the roof did its job. The floor is completely dry. We were thrilled to know that we can enjoy sitting down outside even with precipitation. The uncovered area clearly gets wet, but it's still dry right here. The water does come off the roof and onto the ground, which will cause erosion. We'll be getting gutters installed in the near future. We plan to do some water catchment for gardening, and we'll have a downspout that connects to some piping that will take the water down to the creek to prevent erosion along the path to the back of our property. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you liked this video and check out our future projects here on Riggin Farm. We'll see you next time!